In day two of what would be the Santa Claus rally period. Are you a believer in the Santa Claus rally? What sectors of the market do you see taking leadership if you are?
I, I am a believer. I think we're going to have a good 4 or 5 days. I think the market's going to do very, very well. The market started to broaden out. Your PCE indicator came in at a really good number. Bonds are even looking good. So I think it's a very positive scene going into year end and going into 2024.
All right, so you're talking about bonds. Not a lot of people are talking about bonds right now, Vance. You're bringing up bonds when everybody's expecting an equity rally. Why are bonds looking so good to you right now?
You know, it's a funny thing when you look at TLT, and we do own quite a bit of it now. We started buying it about 2 or 3 weeks ago. You've got it was up around what, $84 a share. Now it's running around $98 a share. We've seen a really good rally in the bond market. I think it's been very productive and positive, and I think people really need to look at the bonds going into 2024. It may be a better asset class than even the S&P, even though we think the S&P is going to do very, very well.
So just for clarity for the audience, the TLT is the iShares 20-plus year Treasury bond ETF. So basically you're saying you're in favor of longer-term bonds, at least in ETF form?
I think you're going to get bigger bang for the buck because I think you can look to maybe see three interest rate drops from the Fed next year. I think the PCE indicator coming in so low as the dropping below as that 3% level was very, very productive for the market and for bonds. But bonds are incredibly oversold right now. And I just think that if he starts to drop rates, I think you'll see a massive rally in the bond market. You know, AGG, which is the aggregate bond index, you could look at that also, but high yields have done well. But I just think you get more bang for the buck with the longer term treasuries right now.
All right, so you're looking at longer-term treasuries. I want to go back to equities for a moment. You're also looking at the triple Qs. You're very bullish on those. Don't you feel like they had a big run this year? Do you still think they have more room to run in 2024?
You know why I like the Qs is because they do have the Magnificent Seven in there. They did have a great year, but you do have some diversification inside the Qs. So not only are you going to get the bang for the buck of the Magnificent Seven, but you've also got to spread it out, so spread out of your risk of different equity exposure to different classes. But you know, if you take out the Magnificent Seven, Frank, the price to earnings at 15.3, and this market's starting to broaden out. So this market is not overheated as far as price to earnings are going. If you take out the Magnificent Seven, so I think going forward, this market's going to look really, really attractive, and the Qs could be a way to play it, diversify your book a little bit. And I think small caps are going to do very, very well also as this market broadens out.
Yeah, your pick for us today is VBK, the Vanguard Small Cap Growth Index. So you're 100% invested in the market. Sometimes you talk to us, you're 60-40, 95-5, but right now you're 100% invested in the market. Are you overweight in any one particular area? Triple Qs, the small caps, the TLT, bonds? I mean, give us a sense. Where are you really putting your focus as we enter the new year?
Well, we're really overweight tech. There's no doubt. Everybody needs to stay long the Magnificent Seven. I think they're going to still do well into 2024. But we started to broaden out our book a lot with small caps. Even, IWM's looking good as far as the Russell 2000 or VBK is looking very, very good. And I think that those are areas that you're going to want to play. Also, another area, if you look at biotech was really oversold in 2023, and it's starting to make a pretty nice rally back up. So I think you need to start taking a look at some biotech stocks, maybe even J&J. But IBB is a good ETF of the biotech sector that can be played, and then you diversify your risk. So there's going to be a lot of activity in 2024. We're very bullish.